Siva Diksha is all about shifting the way you function from powerless cognitions to powerful cognitions. That's all. Siva Diksha is the way to shift you from functioning from powerless cognition space to powerful cognition space. Listen carefully. Understand life. Listen carefully and understand life. I will repeat. First, your inner space is like a software which decides how your life will be. That's the first understanding. Second, if the inner space is filled with powerless cognitions, powerless, suffocating, wrong ideas about yourself, about your world, about God, it can be more and more suffocating, making your life difficult. And if you can start building the content of your inner space, powerful, start functioning from powerful cognitions, truths, understandings about you, world, and life, you can become enlightened, manifest powers and all possibilities. Now listen carefully. The good news I have is your inner space can be beautifully reprogrammed. It can be reprogrammed with powerful cognitions. It can be reprogrammed for enlightenment. It can be reprogrammed to manifest the state, space, powers of ultimate Paramashiva.
See, fundamentally you work with multiple fractured softwares. When you work with your dad, you have a separate software. When you work with your mom, you have a separate software. When you work with your father, friends, you have a separate software. You are multiple fractured softwares. Now I am putting one software of oneness to do power manifestation. It is too small compared to the load which is around you. You are so comfortable in playing with all those softwares. It takes little time for this new software. After it manifests powers, it starts influencing all the other softwares. Then in few days, it makes all the other irrelevant, redundant. Then this overpowers and makes you, that oneness becomes your fundamental cognition where you park yourself. Till then, I go on supporting you, holding you in me. Understand? That is why, even if you don't feel, you are made to manifest powers so that you will have confidence on the software. So that virtuous circle starts happening. See, usually what you do, you don't have confidence on this truth. So the confidence does not manifest as power. It's a vicious circle. Here, I am infusing the energy and make you manifest the power. That gives you confidence on the software, and confidence gives more power gives more confidence. It becomes virtuous circle. Pushing your life from vicious circle to virtuous circle is the job of the Guru. That's the job of the Guru. And supporting you, holding you during this push and making sure you are successful is my job. In India, in Vedic system, the moment child reaches 7-year-old, he will be initiated into Gayatri. We should understand one important thing. Vedic religion, Sanatana Dharma is the only Dharma. Hinduism is the only Dharma where there is no baptism. You are not given any faith. You are not given any concept. You are not given any philosophy. No. You are not asked to believe anything. You are just given a technique to control your body and mind. That's all. The mantra, the very word taught to a child when he is 6 or 7, the Gayatri mantra, even the very meaning of the mantra is, let me meditate on the energy which awakens my consciousness. Let that consciousness help me to meditate on it. That's all. Om Tat Savidurvarenyam Barho Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Please be very clear. This mantra don't have any other meaning. It is not related to any devatas. There is no mention of Gayatri Devi with 5 faces. No. This mantra means, let me meditate on consciousness which awakens my intelligence. Let that consciousness help me to meditate on it. That's all. First thing our rishis wants us to do, our enlightened masters wants us to do is, first thing, bring your body and mind under your control. First, learn how to live with your body and mind. Gayatri mantra is owner's manual for body and mind. If you have a car, owner's manual is a basic need. Without owner's manual, if you start driving a car, it is whose mistake? It is your mistake. All the vehicles you can see, on the airbag there will be a small note. It may cause serious injury. Don't put kids in front. Kids below the 12 should not sit. And there are some serious important instructions, warnings. Same way, and there will be one more warning. Read owner's manual to know more about the airbag. Same way, the moment you enter into the body, around the age of 7 only, you start handling your body. Till the age of 7, you start living only in the instinct level. Only at the age of 7, your intellect starts working. You start making decisions. The moment you start making decisions, first thing you should know is how to bring body and mind under your control. That is the reason the Vedic masters, they teach us to awaken the intelligence, to awaken the consciousness. Before entering into the car, read owner's manual. Before entering into the body and mind, master your consciousness.
Listen, Satmalinga is made of spatika, pure spatika, and the Sri Chakra is the geometrical form of the whole cosmos. The whole universe, the geometrical form is Sri Chakra. As per the scientist itself, the form of the conceivable form of the cosmos is Linga. Please understand, ultimately it is formless, but using any possible perception, trying to give a form for the universe, finally ends up only as a Linga. So, the closest form is Linga. The closest geometrical description of universe is Sri Yantra. The closest form of the universe is Linga, and the closest geometrical
representation of the universe is Sri Yantra. That Sri Yantra is carved on this linga. Please understand, Sri Yantra is carved on this linga. The guru of Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya had many gurus. Only the biographers, because they were Brahmins, they removed all other non-Brahmin gurus from his life. Otherwise, he had many gurus. One of the Shankaracharya's guru, Abhinavagupta, installed the Shivalinga in Kashi Annapurneshwari temple. When we go to Annapurna temple, we will see this Sri Yantreshwara. The deity is there. And that is the Mula Devata of Mahanirvani Pita. So he is the original deity of Mahanirvani Pita who receives worship every day first. Actually, first he is worshipped in our Mahanirvani Pita. Only then all other gods, including Annapurni, receives worship. Please understand, he receives worship first. Mula Devata. Mula Devata means we may have many gods in our temple, but this deity is the chief deity. So the Sri Yantreshwara is the Mula Devata of our Sangha. Nirvani Pita and Nityananda Sangha, both. For both, this is the Mula Devata. By form, the male Shiva energy. By Sri Chakra, the female Devi energy. By energizing the Guru energy. All the three are inside. This represents all the three. This is the most powerful piece of consciousness you can have. And no need to do any puja, any worship. It is specially energized to constantly keep your Kundalini high and make the enlightenment happen in you. Is maintenance free, like me. You don't need to have anything done. There is, see, if you want to do puja, you have a freedom to do puja. But it is not energized for everyday puja. So there is no demand that you have to do it. If you are enjoying doing it, do it. Otherwise, he is energized fully independently to act as a independent intelligence of literally having a piece of Guru with you. Your own Guru and God for you. It's usually traditionally called Atma Murti. Means your own consciousness. Kathopanishad describes the soul consciousness in the body is in the shape of Angushta Matra Purusha, in the form of the thumb, means linga. The consciousness is residing in your inner space. So as Kathopanishad describes how consciousness is inside you, this linga is created. If you want to know more about it, you should hear from people who already got it and started using it in their day-to-day life. Come on. How many of you here already have one, got in Cambodia or and using it in your life, day-to-day life? Come on, you share. It is like you can use it for healing. You can use it for anything you want. He is the he is the Mula Devata. You can see Sri Chakra on that Shivalinga. He is the Adidevata or the chief deity, god of our Mahanirvani Pita. This Mahadeva is installed in Annapurni temple, which you will all be seeing when we go there. It is installed by Abhinavagupta, Guru of Adi Shankara. You can just keep him under your pillow. You will have a beautiful, peaceful, complete sleep. You can heal yourself, you can heal others, you can do anything you want with him. And he will go on causing miracles. Go on causing miracles. Literally God living with you. I tell you guys, I think in our whole Sangha, the largest story attributed is Atmalinga only. Only he has largest number of stories.
I had a question about, they're talking of healing with Atmalinga, right? So can we, if someone loses the healing initiation, can we still use the Atmalinga to heal?
No. Atmalinga's healing has no restriction and it has no problem. But the person who is eating non-veg, through his body he will not be able to radiate healing power to others. But even if he takes non-veg, he will be able to heal through Atmalinga.
Yeah,
Because that is not his power, na?
Yeah.
That's Atmalinga's power.
That's what I'm asking. Okay. Thank you.
Swamiji,
But I'll prescribe that you maintain vegetarian food. Otherwise, you see, healing is not just helping the other person alone, ma. When through your body, when the energy radiates, you also experience.
No,
Now
Swami,
you will not have the
sometimes-
benefit. Only the other person will have the benefit. You understand?
No, sometimes, Swamiji, it's very easy to lose the healing initiation if you have something with, by mistake, if you have it, you lose
What
it.
I
In
am
that
saying,
case-
no.
in those
You
cases.
see, you are aware and you take care that you don't eat poison, na? Then have that same awareness, not to eat non-veg. That's all. No, I'm not only for you, for anybody. For anybody, you are putting something into your mouth. Come on. You should be then. I can tell you guys, the maximum possible conscious intervention, the divine intervention, happens the moment you bring Atmalinga into the scene. I have seen in every time, and above all, be very clearly informed. I personally energized all the lingas, and I personally stand guarantee for their powers and the way they will protect you and raise you to the higher level with all my integrity. And it is given inside a Bhasma bag. See, the Bhasma bag is a tradition. Whenever Mahadeva initiates somebody, it is recorded in many of the Puranas and stories, he gives Bhasma bag and Japamala. Japamala already, all of you got it, means Rudrakshmala. That's why I am giving only Bhasma bag. Rudrakamum Tirunitruppayum. In traditional Tamil, they say that the Rudraksha and the Bhasma bag is given as a symbol of initiation. So that is why Mahadevas is kept inside the Bhasma bag, and it's also a protection. Protection. He does not demand any lifestyle change from you. Means there is no such thing you have to give up non-veg and all that. I recommend it personally is different, but he doesn't demand any change in your lifestyle or anything. He continues to radiate the energy, and he also does not need any regular puja or attention. You can just keep him. He will be there happily like Mahadeva. Mahadeva, when he gave birth to Subramanya, the Garbha needed a water body where it can get cooled and assume the body. So that coolant, water body, see, just like in your mother's womb, there is a water body on which your body happened. So for that he released water also. That water only became Rudraksha. So that water is the Rudraksha. That Rudraksha usually is used to keep your body and mind in the highest possible energy, especially when it is energized by a master. It just keeps your body and mind always like a battery bank. How you have a battery bank for your cell phone, this is a battery bank to recharge yourself continuously. Gauri Shankar is the best. But for each of your nakshatra rasi, you have a different you can wear. But Gauri Shankar is the ultimate. Gauri Shankar means the two Rudraksha will be together. That's the ultimate you can use for on your body. It will always be keeping you in highest possible energy. There is a one higher level Rudraksha where the three will be together, but in the market it is literally not available. Very rarely we got some 32 pieces which I am wearing. That big mala which you see, I am wearing, that is 3 Rudraksha. But after that still we are not able to get any more pieces. Only this Gauri Shankar is the available best Rudraksha. Gauri Shankar Gallery has it. Trijuti they don't have. Means the two they have. That's the best to wear. See the Rudraksha, if you X-ray, you will see a separate quarters inside. Then it's original Rudraksha. For the seed, there will be quarters. 5 mukhi means 5 quarters will be there inside. 10 mukhi means 10 quarters will be there. So all the Rudraksha we have is thoroughly certified by the lab. And I stand for the integrity of all the Rudrakshas we have. Say, anything which is not non-veg, which is veg, you can have.
Okay.
Nothing wrong. Cauliflower is okay. Cauliflower is vegetarian. Why I don't encourage cauliflower? Lot of worms are there. Then okay, no problem, eat. I was talking about the Indian thing. Here lot of worms are there, which gets killed. So that's the reason I told. And I also wanted to tell you guys that bhasma which is inside this bag, anything you wanted it to become reality. Take this bhasma, one pinch, visualize that and just blow the bhasma in the air, and I commit with you guys, I'll make that into reality. Whether a healing or something need to be achieved in your life, this bhasma will be the way of connecting with Mahadeva. Just remember me and tell that this is what I wanted, this is the space I am creating. Whether you wanted to achieve something in your office or business or your personal relationship, anywhere, anything, just blow that bhasma in the space, it will go and do the job. Now we have a lot of people doing this BB, bhasma blowing, and getting achieved whatever they want. Now you can go on be adding. This bag is energized. You can go on add any amount. Bhasma is a sacred ash. That is what is Vibhuti, is what is Bhasma. Vibhuti is Bhasma. You can, there are so many words now. Udi, Vibhuti, Bhasma, Tirunir in Tamil. So each language has its own word. Actually in those days, I don't know about now, in those days when we have this color dress, in North India, no TT will ask for a ticket. You see, 9 years of my travel, never I bought a ticket. No, I'm going to write it in my biography. 9 years of my travel, never I bought a ticket in train. Mostly, I'll sit in that third class unreserved compartment. Whenever the TTs come, they always ask, Baba, did you eat? They'll ask the Hindi word kana. And if I say, I had it, they will go. If I did not give any reply, they will get the food and give and go. And I tell you, the people in Indian railway, especially in North Indian, they are the most religious people. I just have to put this on record. But I am telling you, I have seen in my personal life, because hundreds and hundreds of nights I have slept in the railway platforms. And the way they respect the sadhus, the way sadhus maintain their integrity with them, it's unimaginable. Unimaginable. Never ever I need to think about my food or any needs, as long as the train community is part of me or part of my life. And I have tons of stories about them and the people whom I met. But I have not seen better people than them in the mainstream society, the so-called mainstream society. And mainstream media is never going to tell this story to the Indians. Where India is alive, where Bharat is alive. I tell you guys. I'm so proud when I saw that community and their integrity. Because many times, I'll just live in train for even 20 days, 30 days. Anywhere it goes, I'll be going and coming, and I will not even know where it is going and where I am going to get down. I have no plan. And it'll all food or anything I need will come to my place. If it is cold, I'll see somebody comes and gives a blanket, Babaji, leaves it at my feet and does namaskar and goes. It is just a joy to see those people And I always feel, even though I am begging only, whatever I get, let me share and eat with all the other beggars. That's all. See, I have seen some of the richest people in close quarters, but I have not seen the quality of life and the heart which I have seen in the train. The 9 years has made me so rich, consciously, and it has added to my life so much of color. And if you sit and listen to their stories and talk to them, it is inside each one of them you will find such beautiful beings. Such beautiful beings. It's unfortunate nobody has done PhD on this community. I really feel some of the next generation youngsters should do PhD on them, on this community, on these individuals, on these people. See, but I am not encouraging stealing. Please understand.
No.
All I am trying to tell you is, but the pain the other person goes through will be recorded. For example, see, if you steal from a person $2 million,
Yes.
and the fellow doesn't care, he has trillions of dollars,
Right.
you will not incur any sin.
Yes.
But if you steal from a miser 2 rupee,
Yes.
and that bloody beggar rolls on the ground and cries, you will incur more sin. Because that pain the other person goes through only will come as a sin, not the quantity or quality of the money. Only the pain you cause becomes karma. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your 3 eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, Nityanandam, all of you.
Nityanandam.
After this introduction by Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, into the Shiva Diksha and the Atma Linga, we are now going to go into further details because we are going to have the Shiva Diksha today. Usually the Shiva Diksha is being conducted on the first day of the program, but due to the Mahashivaratri celebrations, we are going to have the Shiva Diksha today. So we are going to learn what is Shiva Diksha, why Shiva Diksha, the do's and don'ts about the Shiva Diksha, and what is it that you can expect if you take this powerful initiation. So fundamentally, deciding to take your life to the next level, to take the turn towards the virtuous circle, going from the vicious circle to the virtuous circle. That is the Shiva Diksha. Deciding that everything in life is auspicious and living by that principle, that is the basis of the Shiva Diksha. Let us now go into the context and the details, the nitty-gritties of the Shiva Diksha.
Yes, so let us manifest Paramashiva's powers with the Shiva Diksha. Sadashiva clearly describes that we human beings are Amritasya Putra, meaning sons of immortality. We are not sinners, as we are told at times. We are not sinners, indeed, in need to repent. We are simply favorite inheritors of the cosmos itself, of the Brahmanyam Bahuputratam. Over the course of time, we lost the ultimate experience and understanding that we had of ourselves. We forgot the power that we truly hold in our hands. It needs a simple awakening of the third eye. Paramashiva is the exuberant cosmic energy of third eye, otherwise known as the Anya Chakra. So the third eye is also known as the Anya Chakra. Samaya Diksha is the gateway towards the powers of this third eye. From blindfold reading, body scanning, to remote viewing, so many powers are there. And all these powers are at your disposal for you to master after this Samaya Diksha. Initiation into third eye awakening by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashiva. It is the first quantum jump, the first initiation of transformation of man to divine. So from the probed man to divine.
So Agama are the sacred origins of the Diksha. We cannot cover Diksha without mentioning Agama. Agama are the Shastras, the sacred scriptures graced by Paramashiva, spoken to Devi, Paramashiva Shakti, bestowing her request, which are the lifestyle and initiations to achieve Paramashivoham, the state of Jivan Mukti. Envision this situation, Shiva and Shakti on Mount Kailash, and she in her deep devotion on the path to attaining him, the space, energy, all of existence, attaining the space of Shivoham. She is asking in deep devotion, what are the lifestyle practices? What are the means of initiation that can lead me to the ultimate? What is it that needs to be done and how should it be performed? And Paramashiva, in his deep love, in his grace, delivered that in the form of Agama. That is why many of the Agamas are actually directly directed at Devi. So this is the space from which all this is delivered. Also bring the right context for the seeker. So these are delivered vocally by Paramashiva, revealed to us through Devi, Paramashiva Shakti, who is naturally, once she receives all the cosmic tools, she just passes them on and blesses everyone, to Vishnu and all the other Devatas, and Mahavishnu compiled in the Uttara Kamika Agama. Paramashiva blesses us with the explanation on Diksha, the initiation processes for those who are seeking to lead a spiritual life. These powerful Dikshas, initiations, are called Samaya Diksha, Vishesha Diksha, Nirvana Diksha, and the Acharya Abhishekam. Paramashiva describes Samaya Diksha to be the first step for all Hindu seekers, disciples, and devotees for enlightenment. Paramashiva compassionately reveals further that Samaya Diksha is a common entity to all living beings, regardless of gender, caste, creed, even species. So even cows, even birds are being initiated into the Samaya Diksha to live this sattvic lifestyle and to move towards enlightenment in this and following births.
So we need to understand that we are Paramashiva's form. It's a very important thing. It's a very important understanding, cognition. We are Paramashiva's form. In life, certain profound and absolute truths can never be changed, whether you understand it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you like it or not, or believe it or not. You can change the window or the door of your house in whatever direction you want, but the sun will always rise in the east. It would always set in the west. That is fact. There's nothing you can do to change this fact. If you deny saying that in our place the sun neither rises nor sets, means the door and window of your house must be in different direction. But that doesn't change the truth of the sun rising or setting. It will still rise in the east and set in the west. Whether you see the sunrise and sunset or not, the sun is rising and the sun is setting. The same way, when you live in this body, your body and mind, either before enlightenment or after enlightenment, you are the form of Paramashiva. You are one and the same as Paramashiva's energy. This fact does not change. Some may understand this, some may not, but this is the truth, Satya. Some keep their door and window in the east-west direction, and they enjoy the sun rising and the sun setting, while others keep it in the north-south direction, and they live their life never, ever seeing the sun. A rare few, while they are living, due to their tapas, their austerity, live the space of Paramashivoham. They celebrate, rejoice, radiate, and manifest the energy and the powers of Paramashiva. The others do not. The truth is, we are all part of Paramashiva. It's simple as that. We are Paramashiva. We are part of Paramashiva.
Yes. And simply through this Samaya Diksha, making your declaration, yes, I acknowledge that this is the ultimate truth. Paramashivatva, Paramashivoham, I am Paramashiva. Whether it has become my experience or not, whether I really understand it or not, but I have that feeling. Or because Swamiji tells, I know it is the truth, and I'm declaring it to experience it. So that space that leads to the power manifestation. And when the Samayi, the one who is initiated into Samaya Diksha, follows the prescribed lifestyle that Bhagavan Paramashiva and Guru instructs with integrity, the possibilities of manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, they will happen in you. So Swamiji gives the initiation, and the first preliminary level of power manifestation happens in all of us. But then when you keep practicing the lifestyle which is prescribed in Agama, you get grounded in power manifestation, and the next deeper levels open up in you. It is not like a practice, it is more like aligning yourself to the truth. As Maharaj has shared, the ultimate truth is Paramashivatva. Whether you cognize it or not, whether you experience it or not, it is a fact. You can't change it. You can decide to not live according to that truth, then many of the aspects related to the truth will not manifest in your life. But once you catch a glimpse, you get a taste for it, you get the understanding, then only by aligning yourself, you will start manifesting the fruits related to this powerful truth as well. So the Guru gives you the first inspiration, awakens your Kundalini Shakti, and grants you the rights to express the Paramashivatva. He initiates you to achieve your rights. That is the Shiva Diksha, Samaya Diksha. When you receive the initiation from a person who is not enlightened, after the initiation, you need to repeat the mantra continuously on your own effort till the mantra merges in you and becomes part of you. You need to go on doing the japa, the internal repetition of that mantra. When you receive the initiation from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, he holds the mantra into your bioenergy. So whatever work you are doing, the mantra japa goes on vibrating in the throat. When the mantra happens continuously, Paramashiva's remembrance, bliss, knowledge, and powers pours and grows in your life as a Shakti, a power. This Shakti awakens the DNA of your Gotra, your lineage, all your ancestors, all the way up to Paramashiva himself. Whatever community in which you are born, that unique DNA is awakened. So there are various different possibilities that our ancestors have already manifested. But since this being a new body, possibilities need to be explored. But through the awakening of Kundalini Shakti, all the various possibilities of our lineage, they can simply be awakened. So by this awakening, the knowledge, clarity, completion, and fulfillment starts expressing through us.
So let's have a look at the Shastra Pramana for Shiva Diksha. Shaktis, powers, originally revealed in the Vedas Agamas, the source books of Hinduism, the source of cosmic law itself, stand by their own independent authority as scriptural proofs, or Shastra Pramana. The following are verses collected from the scriptures where Sadashiva himself speaks about Diksha.
Diyate jnana shabhava kshiyante pashuvasanaha dana kshapana samyukta diksha teneha kirtita. Diyate jnana sabhavaha kshiyate ma malatrayam dana kshpana dharmitva sa dikshetya vidyate. That action which bestows enlightenment destroys the three impurities, bondages of the self, anavamala, karmamala, and mayikamala, feeling belittled, karmic baggage, and the forgetfulness of one's original state. Indeed, the main benefit of all dikshas, the sacred initiations, is the fruit of mukti, enlightenment. As a side effect, all the worldly pleasures and enjoyments also happen. So let us revisit this. So the Diksha is that action which bestows enlightenment, destroys the three impurities, the bondages of the self, which are described as feeling belittled, karmic baggage that we have brought from our past births, and the very forgetfulness of our original state. So even if we had a glimpse, maybe due to our personal effort, maybe due to some experience that we had, the main benefit of all dikshas is mukti, enlightenment. So realigning us to the ultimate truth. And as a side effect, all the worldly pleasures also happen. All the enjoyments also get awakened and the possibilities for these open up. The diksha done as per the scriptural injunctions of the Agamas removes in just one moment lakhs, hundreds and thousands of minor incompletions and cross tens of millions of major incompletions. O Devi, the one who has not received Diksha does not attain perfection, completion, or liberation, nor a good future path. So by all intense efforts, one should become a Dikshita, the initiated one by the Guru. So understand whatever prarabdha, whatever goal you have come with to achieve in this lifetime, Diksha not only resolves this karma, it also removes all the negative impacts, the various different tendencies that we carry, and it aligns us to the ultimate goal. So we might have brought something down to manifest in this lifetime. Even that is fulfilled through the Diksha. But the trajectory on which we travel in the next birth after, if we choose to take another birth, if we take another lifetime to manifest this, even then that will be beneficial towards achieving the ultimate.
So let's have a look at the Samaya Diksha, the Shiva Diksha level 1. The preliminary level Diksha is called Samaya Diksha. So let's break that down. Maya means the individual identity, I and mine. Sa and Maya means transforming this identity, transforming I and mine into divine, into Shiva. So Samaya Diksha is the first level of Paramashiva's initiation. Through this Diksha, the bondages that bind the individual self from experiencing its Paramashivatva, the space of oneness with Paramashiva, are destroyed by loving grace of the Guru, who is, of course, Paramashiva, thereby awakening the space of Paramashivoham, oneness with Paramashiva. Paramashivoham means I am Paramashiva. I am in oneness with Paramashiva. So it's awakening the space of Paramashivoham, oneness with Paramashiva in the disciple. Through this Samaya Diksha, one becomes formally eligible to live and practice the Vedic lifestyle as ordained by Paramashiva in the Agamas. It's not mandatory that a person initiating to Samaya Diksha should follow a strict vegetarian diet. If you wish to partake non-vegetarian food, do so in your home where it is socially acceptable. Vegetarianism is strict in our adinams and temples, but of course, it's not. It doesn't mean that you can't do so. In higher levels, in other practices, we do insist on vegetarianism. For example, when you are initiated into healing others, it is important that you are vegetarian. But to start off with the first level of Samaya Diksha, it is not necessary to change your habits if this is how you are used to at the moment.
Exactly. It is, Paramashiva doesn't gate out anyone from enlightenment experience. But there are certain practices, certain lineages, where indeed it is mandatory that you enter into the non-violent lifestyle, which includes naturally a vegetarian diet. Another part of the Samaya Diksha is the Gayatri Diksha. Gayatri Diksha is a beautiful and necessary ritual. It sets the right context for you to begin your journey with Paramashiva. The initiation is a ritualistic process instructed by the Vedas. It initiates one into a daily recital of the powerful Gayatri mantra. The Gayatri initiation is the most auspicious beginning to one's spiritual life. For the world, it brings tremendous healing and possibility for peace and happiness. The more people are practicing, the more the world will become peaceful. For the individual, the Gayatri initiation establishes the right context for spiritual growth. It establishes the reality of the self. It establishes the reality of the self's nature. It establishes the reality of cosmic energy. It establishes the reality that the cosmic energy is intelligence. It establishes the reality that the self is one with cosmic energy. The power of initiation and the daily recital brings the fulfillment of all desires and a healthy long life. It gives a solid foundation to keep one on the spiritual path always. In the foremost agama known as Karmika Agama, Bhagavan Paramashiva instructs the Guru should initiate the disciple with a Yagnupavita. The Guru should give the sacrificial thread, Yagnupavitam, purified and energized with the recital of the Mula Mantra to the disciple and make him wear it. Having offered the oblations for 1,000 or 100 times with the recital of the Mula Mantra, he should offer the consummate oblation with the same Mula Mantra. So it is described how the Yagnupavita is supposed to be offered. That is the sacred thread that the initiates are going to wear. The disciple who has been given the preparatory initiation, the Samaya Diksha, in this way becomes qualified to perform the personal worship of Shiva, to render assistance for the performance of fire ritual. Many Hindus actually have forgotten that to perform a certain kind of worship, you need to be initiated. Your body needs to be purified and energized to be able to hold these energies. While it is beneficial for everyone if they partake in certain rituals, or they just witness a ritual being offered, if you really want to benefit from any specific lineage, if you want to worship any of the deities authentically as per the injunctions of the scriptures, you need to be initiated into that lineage. So the person who has received the Samaya Diksha becomes competent for the systematic study of the scriptures, becomes qualified for listening to the recital of mantras, O sages, such disciple attains the position of Rudra. So this is mentioned in Kamika Agama about the importance of receiving the Shiva Diksha for the worship and the attendance of temple rituals. So you become an insider of Paramashiva's circle. It is not just that, okay, I'm hearing that mantra chant of some deity and I feel it is some positive energy. No, Paramashiva is manifesting through you after you receive this Diksha. You take this step.
In affecting humbleness in the seeker who has become fit enough to be favored, and in affecting compassionate feelings in the Guru also, Shiva is the causal Lord. The intimate communion between the blessed one and the blessing one is very rare and difficult to occur. Thus, blessed are those who have the ultimate Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, in their life. Even among them, the chosen few have the anugraha, the ultimate grace of the Shiva Diksha from the Guru. So once again, blessed are those who have the ultimate Guru in their life, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashiva. But even more blessed, the chosen few that have the anugraha, the ultimate grace of the Shiva Diksha from the Guru, the embodiment of Paramashiva himself, established in Paramashiva. From Samaya Diksha, there are a few things the disciple should avoid. So this is what you should do, what you should not do. Mostly, we're starting with what you should not do. So please make sure that you avoid these things. So for Samaya Diksha, these few things the disciple should avoid doing once taking the initiation in order to maintain integrity to Paramashiva. So you make a vow to Paramashiva, you make a promise, you make a commitment to Paramashiva in order to manifest all these vows. To uphold this commitment, you should not do the following. You should not abuse the Lord Paramashiva, the source of the cosmos. You should not abuse the words of Paramashiva, the Vedas and the Agamas. So not just the words, but also the Vedas and the Agamas that are the words of Paramashiva. You should never abuse the Guru who gave you the Diksha. You should never abuse other sadhakas, other people that have received this initiation. You should never cross the shadow of the Shiva Linga. You should never eat the food kept aside for or offered to Chandrashekara. Apologies.
Yeah, that is the accountant of Kailasa. So there's a specific tradition, part of the lineage, part of the worship of Lord Shiva, that anything that is offered to Chandrakeshwara is not to be touched by any of the disciples of Paramashiva. There's a specific boon that was given. So all the sadhakas, they have to follow this.
Yes, and of course, should never cross the flowers or the food that is kept aside for Chandrakeshwara or offered to Chandrakeshwara, or offered, of course, to Lord Paramashiva himself.
So even the food that we keep aside for offering, it becomes sacred. So you should never step over the food, should never step into the shadow, and you should not partake in any of the food that is offered to the accountant.
And even more than that, in terms of the food itself, so you have food that you are preparing for offering. You should never even think about consuming the food, because so this is food that is being created, is being cooked for the master. Once you start thinking about it, it no longer becomes eligible to be offered. So it is very important that you don't even think about consuming the food that you are offering to the master, to Paramashiva.
So next, what you should actually do. Once you take the initiation, what are the do's? To maintain integrity, there are some things you should ardently follow as well. Those are listed as the initiate disciple should, till the end of life, worship Guru, Paramashiva, and Shivagni, the sacred fire in which Paramashiva is invoked. So for all the rituals, we are invoking Lord Shiva in the flame of the lamp and the camphor, which we are burning for the ritual. The initiated disciple should apply bhasma, vibhuti, the sacred ash, on his body and wear Rudraksha gifted by Swamiji during the Diksha. That is why we received the Kanta Mala, which is supposed to be placed in the Shri Kanta, which is the gap just below the throat center, so that the mantra which is instilled into the Rudraksha, which is the Mula mantra of Lord Shiva, as per our lineage, continuously sits in our throat center and expresses itself through the energy that we are bringing into our day-to-day life. So the Rudraksha should touch the throat center at all times. The next part of the Diksha, of any Diksha, is Guru Dakshina. Dakshina is the offering made by the disciple to the Guru, to please the Guru, out of a deep gratitude to Paramashiva for choosing us to take this auspicious Diksha. The Dakshina should be offered. So the space should always be gratitude. For a human being in his life, there is a physical health, mental health, relationships, wealth, spiritual life, etc. To raise a human being in all the levels, Paramashiva himself happens in the human body, like in the form of a guru. Bhagavan Paramashiva has given his own life for us. For him, our expression of deep gratitude is the Guru Dakshina. Swamiji has happened to make this enlightened civilizational nation happen for all of us, to give guidance catered to everyone individually. And you can see, especially if you have already attended any of the programs, any of the satsangs, even Swamiji he knows his disciples to the core, much better than they know themselves, and he's giving direct guidance to all of them. So many people all over the planet, Swamiji is not only building the infrastructure for all of them to manifest the ultimate, he knows them, he knows what they are going through, and he's giving personalized guidance to all of them. So all that we can do is offer our gratitude. Whatever the Dakshina we are offering to him, he blesses us in return with multiple services. This is not Guru Dakshina, is it the offering that we are giving to our own selves? So actually, the Guru Dakshina is just an opportunity for us to express gratitude, which in return is the energy that we need to carry towards the Guru to receive the ultimate. So even if we are giving something to the Guru, it is not that we are really giving anything to him. We're just preparing our space to be in a mode to be receptive for him to be able to work on us. So giving our agreement, yes, I am in gratitude towards you. So please express yourself through me. It's such a beautiful space. In the Srimad Kamika Agama, Paramashiva reveals what are all the various items that can be offered to the Guru as Dakshina. So at the end of the Homa for the initiation, the chief sponsor, the Yajamana, should worship the chief Acharya, which is the Guru, and honor him with new cloth, gold ring, and others. The worthy materials used in the yajna, such as golden cloth and others, should be dedicated to the Acharya, the Guru. And at the time of initiation, the initiate should wear a white dress. This direct instruction by Paramashiva for the disciples to wear white because it's the most conducive color or dress to receive the energy. The most receptive we are when we are wearing the white color. Once they have fulfilled all the essential duties of the morning, such as taking bath and others, and have completed the daily duties, they are attired in white dress and wearing the white upper garment, the Shivastra Uttariyas. Those are the items, the wearable items described for the Shiva Diksha. So these are the direct guidelines on how the disciple is to prepare themselves. Ultimately, for the Guru Dakshina is described, whatever pleases the Guru, that is enough. So there are certain items that you can offer, like a gold coin, having a piece of cloth, a fresh, unworn, something which is never touched by anyone with the intention to be used as a decoration for themselves. It should be new for the guru, something that should be offered. And always you can offer flowers. But finally, it is our devotion, it is our gratitude which we offer to the guru. That is what is going to please the guru and bring him into the mood to give the initiation, give the guidance. So what you can expect from Shiva Diksha, what Shiva Diksha going to do in your life? It is literally building the inner space on powerful cognitions, truths, understandings about you, world, and life. You can become enlightened, manifest powers and all possibilities through this Diksha. Shiva Diksha is all about shifting the way you function from powerless cognitions to powerful cognitions. That is literally the very essence of Shiva Diksha.
All right, so let us have a look at how to receive the Shiva Diksha itself.
Yes, we have the Sadashiva Mandala, which is a part of the process. We're going to project the image on screen in just a few moments. We're getting the image ready and then we will project it. So there is a beautiful process involved in the Shiva Diksha, which includes receiving a spiritual name as well. So as a guidance to one's individual expression of Paramashiva, what energy of Paramashiva are we already embodying? Based on that, we will receive the spiritual name as part of the Shiva Diksha. Yes.
So we'll just be displaying this shortly, in just a moment. Yes.
As you can see, there is a mandala with 4 Shiva lingas. This is what is resembled by the lingas facing into the 4 main directions. And in the center, you see a circle, which again is representing a Shiva linga, but from the top. So you have 4 Shiva lingas facing into each of the directions, and 1 Shiva linga which is pointing upwards. As part of the Shiva Diksha, this is representing the various different faces of Sadashiva, and also representing the spiritual names that can be received during this Diksha.
Yes, so if you wish, you can draw the Sadashiva Mandala yourself. So you can have a look on there. You can see on the left-hand side, we have rice mixed with kumkum. So you can draw the 4 different sides and the center piece as well. On the left-hand side, you have the red side, the red Shivalinga, rice mixed with kumkum. At the top, in the yellow, we have rice mixed with turmeric. On the bottom, we have a mandala. This should be only drawn on the cloth, so not drawn. This should be just rice. And on the right-hand side, the black one, it should be rice mixed with soot, which is carbon deposit from the lamps, from oil lamps. So we're going to project where you should be standing. So as part of this, you will gather a flower in your hands and you will drop it with your eyes closed. You will drop it on the drawing itself. So you can see the image. The gentleman is in the middle, sitting on the Om itself, on the east side, on the west side, and will be with the eyes closed and dropping the flower in wherever it drops and wherever it ends up. So we have north, east, west, and south, and we'll just show where these correspond to. So wherever it drops on the right hand side on the drawing itself, that will be the name that you will get. So if we have a look at if it drops on the white, so where we have the rice mixture, just the rice in the west, the name will be Satyojata, which is generator. So these correspond to the different activities, different activities of Paramashiva. So generator, operator, rejuvenator, pulling out of delusion, putting into delusion and pulling out of the delusion, and of course liberation. So if it ends, if the flower drops on the white rice mixture on the west side, the name will be Satyojata. If it drops on the red side in the north, it will be Vamadeva, which corresponds to the operator. If it falls down on the black, on the rice mixture with the soot from the lamp, it is Aghora, which is rejuvenation. If it falls on the yellow in the east side, it will be Tatpurusha, which corresponds to putting into delusion, pulling out of delusion. And finally, if it drops in the middle, it will be, the name corresponding will be Ishana, which is liberation.
Yes, so if you want to draw this mandala and you don't have any of the items available, you can also simply draw the mandala. That is okay. As part of the Diksha, the mandala will be also created by our temples for you to be able to receive your Diksha spiritual name. We have already pasted the link in the chat for all of you to receive. If you joined in just now, we're going to resend the message once more. You want to sign up and receive Samaya Diksha. The link is ecitizen.info/SV Diksha. ecitizen.info, letter S, letter V, Diksha, one word. So we really recommend all of you to take this powerful jump, the first step towards enlightenment, as mentioned in the Vedas and Agamas. So Swamiji really recommends everyone and every being should be initiated at least into Samaya Diksha. It does not come with any lifestyle restrictions other than what we have mentioned. That means non-abusing of Paramashiva and really minor things which no one should anyways do already. So beyond that, you get initiated into manifesting powers, into studying the scriptures, so many things, so many beautiful aspects of this powerful lineage. So we really recommend everyone to sign up and become a Dikshita, receive the Diksha, and be a part of the Sangha. Really, Swamiji says if you want to be disciple, there's no way around receiving the Diksha. There's no way around that. It is like the basic requirement. So with this, we're going to move on to the next segment. The link is in the chat, and we are going to learn about the 6 death experiences that Swamiji had during his wandering days. We're going to learn about the avatars insights, the avatars, directions, and the insights into death itself. As today, we are going to have the Kala Bhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And it's all about overcoming death. Literally, Diksha itself is also described as the second birth. So going through the death is one of the ways that Diksha can also be described. Okay, so let us now all settle down and get ready. As Swamiji is going to reveal the insights into death, what actually happens when we die, and how is our lifestyle, how are the choices that we make during our life, how do they impact the way we die and the things that happen after death? So many very essential questions about life and death, which are going to be answered in this video. So let us all make sure that we are in a space of listening and pure restful awareness as we receive these truths from Swamiji himself.
The first death I faced in my life, my father's elder brother's son, elder son, he died. He fell into the village well. He went for a vacation to one of his relatives' house. You all know in Indian villages, if the school holiday, immediately we'll pack and go to some aunt's house, uncle's house, 2-3 days run around there and come back. It's the only way of vacation. He went to a vacation nearby village. My family is a tight-knit family. They don't marry outside not even outside community, not even outside the family. They'll marry inside. If you pick up one person, he will have 10 way of relationship with other persons. So, this boy used to be dumb and deaf little. So, he can't speak fluently. He went for vacation and the villages will have a wall, the well without wall. So, this guy was running around and fell into that well and died, unfortunately. So when his body was brought, first time, it's reality for me, somebody whom you saw till few days before will not be there with you anymore. I can say in a way he was my first devotee. He used to have a great devotion for me. He is the one who will bring water, flowers, everything for my puja. He had a tremendous love and respect for me. Even though I am younger, to him, he will bring all the things necessary for my puja, help me in puja, assist me. Very religious person. And I used to give him a lot of attention. I am the only person who can play with him or who can entertain him. You see, in all other play, you need to talk, you need to interact, you need to be equal.
But my play is sitting with the deities and playing, doing puja. There you don't need to talk much. And only I will be able to accommodate him in my play. Nobody can accommodate. So he used to have a tremendous love for me, and my first assistant, maybe I can say, and a great devotee. Suddenly, he is not there. Apart from my practical problems of who will assist me in my puja and all that, who will fetch me water, who will get me flowers, who will get me sandal paste, then with that only you can do puja. I was thinking, who will do all this work? Such a big shock. The basic understanding that death is inevitable got drilled in me. Actually, I can say, this awakened the sense that I have to be dependent only on me, only on my body and mind for anything I want to do. Society will not be a permanent help. That reality was completely experienced by me. I can say, surely it has awakened a very deep, next level strands of DNA in my body. So, independence. I can say, this was one strong shift in my body. My body has started becoming yogic body. See, my whole idea of depending on somebody was lost. I have to be completely dependent only on the 6 feet frame for anything I have to do. And he was one more close disciple of Raghupati Yogi. Raghupati Yogi was actually working on him to make him speak. I have seen Raghupati Yogi actually made him speak at least on 3 occasions very fluently. But that boy finally asked Raghupati Yogi, no, I think I'll be better if I just live the same way I came, so that I will not have much responsibility in the world. Again, the conscious decision. I have seen Raghupati Yogi made him speak at least on 3 occasions, very fluently. He gave some herbs and asked him to keep on the last part of the teeth and hold. And he started speaking fluently. That funny thing is, holding his teeth he was speaking fluently. That's the most funny thing. Still I remember, the jaws are completely holding the herb, but he is speaking. He is able to create the sounds very properly, very clearly. That was the most funny part. Still I am not able to understand how Raghupati Yogi made it. Anyhow, the first death, that is responsible for my body becoming yogic body. So God, because He used to bring me the Nagalinga flowers, which will grow, the flowers will happen in the tree at least some 6-7 feet high. He is little taller than me, he will climb that tree and get that flower. The flower will be like a 1,000 hooded snake, and inside there will be Shivalinga. It's called Nagalinga flower. So he used to climb the tree and bring the flower. First time I realized, oh God, now I have to climb by myself. Even though Raghupati Yogi has trained me, claiming pillars and all that, the necessity to become an independent yogic body has happened in me with that first death. The second death was my grandmother's, my grandfather's elder brother's wife. She lived the ripe age of more than 103. And till the end, very healthy. The funny part in this is, please understand, the most funny part in this is, All these deaths I am describing happened like a process, one by one by one. Now if I look back, it was such a great preparation. How the cosmos was making incarnation. Actually, I myself enjoy that story. I am writing an autobiography. I do not know whether somebody else is enjoying or not, going to enjoy or not. I myself intensely enjoying. Oh God, what a play! What a leela happening. It's such powerful truth, such powerful incidents, played so beautifully, such a coordinated way. The next death, my grandmother's death, that has given me the lesson of society cannot be trusted, and it is not a structure as it is believed by you. Father is not a father, mother is not a mother, uncle is not uncle, aunt is not aunt. Things can be completely different. See, first time I realized people can talk one thing and think something else. I never understood you can think something and talk something else. First time I realized during my grandmother's death how people behaved. I saw, see, she died, and there used to be a doctor opposite to my house, very nice person. This old lady, our house had a big well in the center. In villages, you know, the common wells will be there in center of the houses. So in my whole street, this is the only well which can give water during summer. During summer, all other wells will dry up. So this poor doctor, during summer, he has to come only to this well for water. And in villages, it's like they will water and food and all is practically any house you can go and eat. I have seen, at least when we were born and brought up, that we all kids will go to any house and eat in that 30-40 houses. It will be aunt, uncle, father, father's brother, brothers, in-laws, sisters, husband. Some way it will be related. And so this doctor also has to come here for the water. This old lady who died, my grandmother, she had a strong belief that after the sunset, the needle, water, fire, all these three should not be given. So, for some urgent thing, after sunset, if they come for the water, this lady will shout and she will take away that vessel with which they fetch water from the well and hide it. Once the doctor came for very important, urgent reason, emergency for water, this lady did not give. She quoted that proverb, needle, water and fire should not be taken out of the house after the sunset. It's a village belief. So, the day before she died, it was late night. She had some problem. She need to have injection. Some injection. So the doctor was called. The doctor came and checked everything and he said injection has to be given. Then that old lady said, go and bring from your house. An opposite house. This doctor said, you only used to tell water, needle and fire cannot be brought outside the house. After the sunset, how can I bring? That old lady could say neither say yes nor say no. She said, no, somehow save me. Then finally the doctor is a good person. He went and brought, and did whatever he can, but he couldn't save naturally because she's too old, and next day she passed away. I just remembered, oh God, this lady to whom she's not giving, but that guy is giving so much. That's one understanding. Second, when the death was declared, I saw all my family people, they were all sitting, and they were all very normal, happy, actually waiting for her to die, because she had a lot of money, jewelries. Those days, that silver coin, in India, we had a habit of silver coin, pre-independence, silver coins. A lot of those coins she had under her bed in a trunk box. So now all these fellows will get a share. But she herself did not have any kids, but her brothers and their kids, many, and finally each one will get one, maybe little. But they were all waiting for their share. They were waiting for her death. The moment she died, I saw these fellows were very cool. They did not cry immediately. They went to their rooms. Each one will be given one own room, usually in the joint families. They all went to their rooms and changed the dress, put on very simple clothes, removed all the costly jewels and put on simple jewels, came and assembled in the hall, center hall, as if like a scene. And the first one say, start, oh, they started crying. It's almost like a Divya Shariri. The moment I say, they start jumping. And oh, they start. I thought, oh God. I thought the pain or the suffering will come immediately. The moment you say, she has died, but these guys all went and did removed their makeup and they all opened their hair. Almost preparation for the whole scene. And I remember some of the ladies, they wiped all the powder and eyeliner, whatever they had. They came and sat in round circle and, oh, Pati, you left us and went away. Oh, Granny, you left us and went away. They started, I couldn't understand. Oh, God. Just 1 minute before, they were all right. And the doctor declared at least 20 minutes before she is dead. How come 20 minutes, no pain, no suffering, no crying came out? Till all of them went to their rooms and changed their clothes and came back. And they were even waiting for somebody to arrive. So they all waited. When the last one arrived, then they started, oh, Granny, you left us and went away. There is a typical song. I thought, oh God. Anyhow, I was not able to cry. I was feeling sad because I missed my candy every day. Every day she will give me one job. She will tell me to go and bring tobacco from the corner shop in the street. Every corner in the street, she will ask me to go and bring tobacco for chewing. She will not give money. She will tell, take from your father. My father is a spendthrift. That is the right word I have to say. And he and money can't go hand in hand. Anybody asks anything, you will give away. You don't need to ask second time. Only once you need to tell him, you are in suffering, and he will give it away. And he will give me the money, and I will get tobacco for her and candy for me. And from today, no candy, because she is gone. And I was only feeling bad for that, but I was not crying. I know all these fellows are trying to fake that crying. I slowly started laughing. Oh God. I'm a small boy, 10-year-old boy maybe. I went and leaned on my mother's back. Still I remember very clearly. They were all sitting like around and they were putting their hand on each other and bending and going up and down. That is the way they cry. Oh, Granny, you left us and went away. That is the way they cry. I'm giving you the exact scene. And then after 2-3 times you shout that clean the nose and wipe on the back, somebody's backside sari, somebody's pallu.
And then, oh, the milk which we boiled for yesterday got spoiled. That's all verses. And the buttermilk which we kept for you is drank by the cat. Then we realized you are not going to be here to drink that milk, to drink that buttermilk. These are all, I'm giving the exact translation of the village verses. When somebody dies, how they sing, it's called Oppari in Tamil. And then after a few minutes, when it becomes tired, you see how many times you will bend and up and down, up and down. And after a few minutes, they will sit and they will wipe their face and they will talk. What happened to your mother-in-law? She did not know. Hey, this saree I never saw. Where did you buy? And they will be talking all very relaxed way. If some new relative comes, then, oh mama, our granny went away, leaving us. And that guy also will take the kerchief very seriously. We don't know whether he is hiding his laughter or crying. No, really. See, really, how many of you felt when you went to a death house feeling like a laughing? Raise your hand. See? But you can't laugh there. What to do? Take the kerchief and hide the face. No, I saw the whole fun happening. And I was actually leaning on my mother's back. She was doing that same exercise of up and down. Now I remember leaning on her back and holding her head. Ma, you were not crying earlier. I asked, hey. She said, hey, keep quiet. Now cry. Then I peeped my head between the heads and looked into my aunt's face. She also, when she comes up, she is showing the face. When she goes down, she is okay. When she was going down, she is okay. She is just wiping the face and she is not showing any face. When she comes up, when others are able to see, she starts crying. I thought, oh God, how can this be? And still I remember very clearly all the scenes, very vividly. And these guys were not crying earlier, now they are crying. How can this sudden? And not only that, after a few minutes they settle down, and only when the new relative comes, again the burst. And that guy also will sit in that circle and he will say, okay, what to do? After all, she lived her life completely. And then after 2 minutes, he will wipe the face and then ask, so everything, what else is going on? What is growing in the land, in that farmland? Is all the properties in our name or shifted to somebody else's name? They'll start inquiring. And after dropping that body, after 1 hour I saw all these fellows got into our room and locked themselves. And I also somehow sneaked into the room. I saw they are sharing the wealth under our bed. Now the fight started among the family. Who will get that? She had a pavala mala, the pearl mala. Who will get that mala? Who will get this coin? Who will get that jewelry? Who will get this jewelry? And they are cutting all that mala and jewels into pieces and weighing. And dead body is lying down in the hall. But already the sharing has started. When I looked at all that, I thought, oh God, this lady had so much under her cot and she will never give a penny for the tobacco. First thing I thought, if she would have given a little bit of this, I would have given it to the chettiar, and whole life she would have had tobacco and I would have had candy. And neither she enjoyed nor she gave me, and she just left the whole thing and died. Then I suddenly realized, even these fellows who are fighting and sharing, they are also going to live and die like this. Same thing is going to happen. They take from her after her death. Somebody else is going to take from these guys after this guy's death. I thought, oh God, that's right. So, what is the use of this whole thing?
Then what is happening in this whole thing? Just somebody steals from somebody, legally or illegally. But it is all just stealing, 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 stealing. If you are caught, it's illegal. If you are not, it is legal. That's all. Otherwise, from here to there, here to there, here to there, it's all just stolen, 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 stolen. Nothing else. First time, my idea about society crumbled down. Because one of my uncle was forcing me. I cry. I said, no, I don't feel like crying. He said, no, everybody is coming, cry. I said, no, I won't. Then he has given me, he slapped me. I just held his hand and said, if you touch me once more, I'll tell everybody what all you guys did in the room. Fighting for our jewels. Then my father intervened and said, you know, this fellow will really tell. Why are you playing with him? Why are you beating him at this moment? He will really sit outside and tell everybody before they come inside. Then they understood the danger. They put me in a room and locked me. They locked that room. I was inside that room. I can say, I cried for maybe half an hour or 1 hour. Then when I just fell, it was a big opening, a kind of a breaking. My whole being settled. My respect for society has disappeared. I was living near a place called Varanasi, one of the sacred pilgrimage center of Hinduism, place called Ghazipur. I was serving a sadhu, old monk, who was very sick. It's a small town, a small hospital, a small ward, some 2-3 steel cot and bed, and few old steth and BP machine, and a green screen. You can visualize an Indian village hospital, you can imagine. This sadhu whom I was taking care, next bed, the patient was about to die. This old doctor and that old nurse, both of them are trying to revive him, support him. The patient who was dying must be less than 50. So they were trying to help him. But I could see he's already started dying. Please listen. First time I saw death in 4 dimension. I'll describe as much as I can. You have 7 parts in you. Your body with flesh, blood. This is the first part. Second is your breathing. Your breathing, that's the second part. Third, your thinking. Fourth, your feeling. Fifth, the area you experience during deep sleep, from where you are experiencing feeling. Understand? First, this flesh, blood. Second, breathing, prana. Third, thinking, mind. Fourth, feeling, emotions. Fifth, the deep sleep state, which is called causal layer, from which all this feeling, thinking, everything happens. Sixth, the soul, your individual soul, consciousness. Seventh is the cosmic soul, Paramatma, Nirvana, enlightenment. All these 7 put together is you. Please listen. If the cosmic soul is a ocean, your private beach is individual soul. Clear? If cosmic soul is ocean, your private beach is individual soul. So you can't say individual soul does not belong to cosmic soul. Your private beach is also ocean. You can't say you are having ocean. It's your private beach. How many of you understand? So all these 7 put together is you. I could see this guy moving from one to another. First, in his body, the heavy pain chemicals are released. How many of you experienced scorpion bite in your life? Scorpion bite. Scorpion bite. Any? Usually, if the scorpion bites in that area, for you not to feel the pain, your body will release the painkillers, anti-pain chemicals. That will only make that whole area swell. Any doctors here? Your body has a natural anesthetic methods. Do you know that? If the pain goes beyond certain limit, your body itself will release automatically painkiller inside, the anesthesia, and you will fall into unconscious state, coma. First, exactly that is what has happened to that guy. There was so much of pain in the body, as if his skin is being peeled. So much painkiller was released inside the system, he fell into coma. Automatically. The moment he fell into coma, all his patterns become alive and vital. It is like 25 kids are in the house and parents are not there. What will happen to that house? 25 wild kids and parents are not there in the house. That is the way, if your consciousness is missing, and that is the way your patterns behave. Even while the kids behave, your consciousness is like a father. Your patterns are all kids. When your consciousness is not there, when you become unconscious, coma stage, patterns just make ruckus. I could see his unconscious soul was kicked like a football. Imagine in this house, in this room, one football is there and 25 football players are there. If all of them kick at that ball, what happens? So all his desire patterns are kicking at him. The ball is flying from one corner to another corner. His soul, unconscious soul, which is in coma. All your patterns have a deep vengeance on your soul, your consciousness. Please listen. Please listen. I could see in that person all the desire patterns are kicking him, asking, I told you fellow, I want to live, I want to live, I want to live. You did not fulfill me, complete me. Desire is nothing but the commitments you gave it to you. Understand? The commitments you gave it to you, all stands there and questions you. Why you did not fulfill me? Honor me. Then somehow that soul jumps to the next level. Next level, all the guilt, inauthenticity comes up. And say, I told you we should have lived like that, like that. Why did you do this, do this? The first, The lack of integrity patterns are kicking you. Desire. Next, inauthenticity. The guilt patterns. I can say this is the space when the individual soul feels hell. So individual soul experiences hell. Getting it? Hell is not actually separate. Geographical, it is psychological. And then soul moves to next. All the pains you experienced in your life, your irresponsibility patterns, that comes up and shatters, beats the soul which is already unconscious. Then it finally goes and falls into that deep sleep layer. From there, it doesn't move further. It immediately goes and takes next body. In that unconsciousness itself. So that is why you do not know what kind of a house, parents you are choosing. You just close your eyes and walk. After entering only you open your eyes and see, oh God, I thought I am coming to the cinema theater. Now only I understood. I came to the garbage tank. Oh, you are a garbage can. I thought you are a Pizza Hut. After you enter into the garbage tank, garbage lorry, you say, I thought I am in the Pizza Hut. But now you cannot change. You have taken already one more body. Exactly this is what happens while you die. Please understand, I am giving you the visual description of what happens. You do not touch your individual soul or cosmic soul, your individuality, without even touching your individual soul or the cosmic soul consciously, takes another on birth. It is like you are dreaming, without even waking up, you fall asleep and again dream. Again fall asleep, again dream. You never come to waking state. How many of you understand? That's the way body is assumed. This is the third death I saw in my life. When you remember that death is going to happen to you, the respect which you carry for your ego will come down. Because whatever you think should not leave you is ego. When you know for sure everything is going to leave you, then the respect for ego just drastically drops. And especially, I am a kind of a too sharp, straightforward guy. So straight away the respect for ego dropped. Then I decided, after all I am going to die. Either I should have a death experience now itself and live without the death fear, or die and see. That's all. But I have to see the death. There is a small Shiva temple in one corner and a small tower above the temple. I went and sat in that tower so that nobody will disturb me. In one corner I sat. If you see in the biography souvenir, you will see the photograph where I had the first death experience. I sat there. From there I started seeing the dead bodies being burnt. Still I remember the strong click was when an elderly lady's body was being burnt. I saw her, she had a big belly, the cloth burnt and the fat which was there in the belly started burning and melting and flowing. Sorry for describing too vividly. I could see very clearly because the cloth got burnt, the body is there and the fat is burning and melting and flowing. Because the fat is flowing, the fire is still burning with a full speed. That gave a very strong click into me and said, oh God, yes, same way it is going to burn. And same thing is going to happen to this body also. Let it happen. That click opened up a deep fear of death. And that fear, when it spread all over the body, when I faced it consciously, I could see very clearly that fear spreading all over the body. When the fear met my awareness, hit my awareness, that became death experience. Understand? Whenever your fear is suppressed, it stays inside you as a suppressed fear. Whenever it comes out and you are not consciously facing it, it becomes a fear stroke and shakes your whole nervous system and breaks it down. If it is faced consciously, it becomes death experience. The fear, death fear, if you just escape, run away, when that fear happens, it becomes death. When you face it consciously, it becomes death experience. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression. Death fear plus unconscious is nervous breakdown. Death fear plus conscious is death experience. Understand? I have given a clear explanation, clear equation. Death fear plus subconscious is suppression, perversion. Death fear plus unconscious means you don't suppress, but neither you face, you just get shaken, frightened, fear stroke, nervous breakdown. Death fear, conscious awareness is death experience. I was able to see very clearly the fear which rose when I faced it consciously with awareness became death experience. Means I saw clearly the body is dead. It's not moving. 2.5 days, no food, no water, no thought, no question, no doubt, body was there. Only after the experience I realized 2.5 days passed. It was there. I could see with closed eyes, the body is dead and there is no movement. Suddenly, after 2.5 days, the click happened. God, body is dead, but I exist still. I am there. That clarity, that click, when it clicked, it became such an intense ecstasy. The fear of death left once for all. And it has become such a deep ecstasy, such a joy, such bliss. And slowly opened the eyes. I was able to move the body. First thing I felt was such a deep ecstasy and gratitude. I went down to the Ganga. It was just a few feet. Sprinkled little Ganga water, took the Ganga water in Kamandalu, little ash from the pyre, straight went to Vishwanatha and put that ash and did the puja. That was the first thing. It was such a deep gratitude. I saw Vishwanatha was alive. Understand? Because I died, Vishwanatha became alive. Till the day before, because I was alive, Vishwanatha was always dead stone. Because I was alive, Vishwanatha was just dead stone. Because I died, Vishwanatha is the Shiva. in Varanasi.
Fourth death. Fifth death is in Bangalore. See, after my own death experience, I came to Central India. In the Central India, I realized my incarnationhood in 2000. Then 2001, I came and settled down in Tamil Nadu. And 2002, I came to Karnataka. 3, I started this Sangha organization. In 2002 end, or I can say 2003 beginning, I think. In Bangalore, I was attending a patient, one of our devotee. To heal, I went to hospital. In the hospital, the next bed patient was dying. The patient was dying without any pain, like a knife in the butter. He was very smoothly leaving the body and disappeared into the ocean, enlightened. I was shocked when I investigated. I did not see any special reason why this guy became enlightened, because he was not a meditator, he was not a religious guy, no guru. I was wondering, how come he became enlightened? When I contemplated, I realized he was dying in the presence of an incarnation. So naturally, my presence has contributed for his peaceful passing away. Then I meditated, how can I give this help to people? If there is any way I can help people to have this peaceful death, let me tell you one incident happened in my life. In Bangalore, I was giving a satsang on Ashtavakra Mahagita. I received the information my father passed away, massive cardiac arrest, and he passed away. My mother was in the satsang. So I continued the satsang, and after the satsang, after Darshan, when I got into my car, called the mother and made her sit in my car, and she's a village lady. First time in her life, she is leaving my father alone and coming and staying somewhere outside in her 27 years of marriage. And he passed away. I don't know how many of you will believe. I lived there with them 17 years. I never saw them even once arguing with each other. I'm sure they would have had difference of opinion, arguments, because they are human beings. Even Mahadeva and Sati had argument. What about, come on, even he had marital problems. So, no, I'm not saying they would not have had, but at least they managed such a way that never in front of us, never in front of kids, I've seen them raising their voice or arguing. Very happily they lived. So she's sitting next to me, and I'll tell you exactly just few words I told her. First word I said, Ma, I think father is not feeling well, he is in serious condition. She just looked into my eyes. Next statement I said, I think he is dead. She looked into my eyes. Third statement I said, please understand, I'm talking to my mother inside the car where nobody is there. It's a complete private conversation. I told her, you know, I can bring him back. Do you want? That's all I asked. You know, I can bring him back. Do you want? The statement she made, I tell you with all my integrity, Swamiji, that is between you and his soul. I will not interfere. That is between.
Just now she received the news and she knows I can bring him back. She's a village lady. She did not have time to think and answer. Spontaneous, straight answer. I know how dependent she is on him. She said, in Tamil she said, Swami, அது நீங்களும் அவரும் முடிவு பண்ணணும், நான் தலையிடக்கூடாது சாமி. I just hugged her and said, that's why I chose you as my mother. There are many moments you are proud of me, now I am proud of you, I told her. There are many moments you are proud of me, having son like whatever. I said, now I am proud of you. I told her in Tamil. பல நேரத்தில் நீ பெருமைப்பட்டிருப்ப, இப்போ எனக்கு பெருமையா இருக்குமா? Understand with mother. In the moment where my father is dead, you can't expect me to lie or give a false hope. All of you understand? With that integrity, I am talking to all of you now. The integrity with which I was talking to my mother when my father is dead. I told her, all right, I'll relate with him and then decide. Anyhow, he wanted to rest, he wanted to relax. He said, what more? Just. He wanted to rest, so I liberated him, and that's different.